This is great.
And it's also, dude, I'm telling you, you
Yo,
can burn it cleaner.
There's a bro I like right now.
Who?
His anima is fully liberated.
What?
Jared McCain for the Sixers. He's the guy doing the talk dances.
Oh, yeah.
His
yeah,
anima's
yeah.
out. He does not care. He's feminine, dude. He's dropping 30 and doing TikToks. And everyone's mad, dude.
Painting his nails and shit.
I'm 3 days into college and I'm 2 lectures behind.
You show me this guy.
I love this dude so much.
It's so nice,
I DM him, he doesn't answer. I get drunk and DM him. Yo, you're the man. He's been killing it. They're giving him a chance, and he's dominating.
That's awesome, dude.
He's going to be rookie of the year.
He's awesome.
You think so?
Unless he gets hurt or something. If he keeps playing like he's playing, he's going to be rookie of the year.
Comedian Shane Gillis gave a hilarious story on Matt and Shane's secret podcast. The subject, Jared McCain, the Philadelphia 76ers star guard who does not give a flying 4-letter word on his social medias. He will post these dances on his TikTok, for example, where he has a massive following of over 4 million followers. And let's be clear, it is absolutely fantastic to watch for so many reasons. First, the amount of NBA fans who despise him simply because, for example, he paints his nails, which is viewed as a negative when it's just simply not. And second, the amount of sideline haters jumping in the comments and ripping this kid for not only enjoying, but living his life and existing how he wants to. Oh, yeah, and having fun. By the way, he's even being celebrated when the Philadelphia Eagles put up numbers on the Los Angeles Rams by none other than star running back Saquon Barkley. Great job, by the way, by Emma Biglin's Giants. And star wideout A.J. Brown. His influence carries weight across sports. Not only has he succeeded and been the lone bright spot in a season that feels completely lost up to this point for the Philadelphia 76ers. Will they get into the play-in? Probably. Will they, get further than the play-in? Maybe. The East is whack. But Jared McCain has been phenomenal ever since he even started. Not started playing, but was a starter. Meanwhile.
Yeah, what I'm about to say, I mean with the least amount of Diddy possible, but this man right here's got me in a French manicure chokehold right now. First of all, I cannot stop singing that song. And before you say it, I know it's not his song. But I swear on your own mother that I've only ever sang the version that drops 30 points a night. From Broadway to buckets, Jared McCain could really do it all. And tell me why Jared McCain has you YouTube bloggers so impressed. Anyone who says he wasn't supposed to be this good is nonsense. Jared McCain is humiliating the league. No, you're just posting proof of who you really are as a person on the internet. Did you guys forget that you're the same bloggers that let these outfits happen? You guys had LeBron James walking around dressed like Hillary Clinton. And don't even get me started on who had the warmest neck in the six. Sergey probably had to engage in fisticuffs with 12 Karens in a Starbucks for that scarf. But no, you guys are up in arms because Jared McCain drops 30 a night on your favorite team and has a skincare regimen. Like there are way more pressing issues going on in the NBA you guys should be covering. Moral of the story, who gives a if Jared McCain paints his nails and likes musicals? Buddy drops 30 a night and musicals are actually awesome.
The reaction on TikTok.
More importantly, there is one aspect of this conversation we're not talking about, and the haters really need to grasp this, and that's that if Jared McCain wanted to, and I'm not saying he does or will, he's only 20 years old, he's very young, has nothing to do with me, I'm far too old for any of this, but if he wanted to, he could put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers. And I'm not talking about basketball stats, guys. Wilt Chamberlain numbers. He could wreak havoc on an entire generation. He is at the perfect intersection of elite athlete, tall, strong, talented, about to be extremely rich. And he's that cool, charming, confident, self-assured, comfortable in his own skin, willing to get on the internet and be effeminate and silly and goofy. In this generation, with everything else he has going on, plus $1 million smile, Wilt Chamberlain numbers. If I were the haters, the thing I'd be worried about most is when Jared McCain is coming to my city. When are the 76ers coming to town?
Was really, really good. Best of all.
I am praying that Jared McCain impacts little kids' personalities the way that Steph Curry impacted their shooting in 2016. How Steph Curry just got kids shooting, threes from the logo and layups 30 feet in the air. Imagine instead of that, you just have 11-year-olds unapologetically being themselves and having fun regardless of what other people think of it. Like, what a beautiful opportunity to just, change the trajectory of manhood in America, essentially. I think there's a ton of potential, and I look forward to seeing how it turns out.
Which is so on point, and we'll revisit that in a moment. McCain would go on to tell people of painting his nails, quote, "That's a necessity for me to feel myself, to be myself." Probably just the team colors is what he was saying. He would likely paint his nails, though it has, alternated throughout the first, what are we, 20 games? 25% of the way. But definitely, it's a necessity for me. He'd go on to say, as a pro athlete, there's so much online that you can look at or on TV, and I think taking care of my mental health has been key for me for a long time. I think getting a head start for me when I was in high school has helped me keep up a positive mindset, be grateful for everything I have, and I think that's helped me to be where I'm at today. He told The Outlet he has a sports psychologist. He does visualizing techniques. He meditates and does yoga. And this.
This is the book. It's kind of beat, but this is the book that I read before every game.
What do you read from it?
There's
the inner game of tennis.
So it's a mental book. So it's kind of it's not really about tennis, but it's explaining it from the aspect. The author was a tennis player. So it's explaining from the aspect of the mental game of sports. So they're just different. I have notes all over the book, but I'll just read a little, just asking for form. So you just read until that. I can never get rid of this at all.
McCain, being the family man that he is, credits his mom, Gina, who moved close to his house in Philadelphia when he was drafted by the 76ers. Quote, "I think being with my parents, my mom, is really just a positive person, so I think I take after that." Now, Jake would contribute to the conversation. Jared McCain hate is so forced, it is insane. The most thinly veiled homophobia ever. And now that he's hooping on people, they won't even give him props because he paints his nails. I've never been more behind a player than McCain because of how many people are rattled. I feel like that is the consensus here. On the court, by the way, he moves fluidly. He's from Corona, California, came up in the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors dominated era, and some are saying that he has some of Steph's traits. And when it comes to fluidity, it's on the ball, but also off the ball. And maybe he has been well trained because he's accomplished a lot. After all, he was a 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of California. Not easy to do. A McDonald's All-American, a Duke standout, and a first-round pick. And a fun stat from The Athletic. McCain went 7 consecutive games scoring at least 20 points. By contrast, the other rookies in the class have combined for 10 such games. I'm going to go back to something very quickly. We are living in troubling, polarizing times, especially when what we saw in the last election, how the UFC, Donald Trump, Dana White, Nelk Boys, Bussin' with the Boys, all of these right-wing podcasts in the manosphere or the brosphere has really latched on to young men. And I agree with one of the TikTokers who stated, imagine the influence that Jared McCain could have. Imagine what he can do to break down barriers if he continues to succeed the way that he is and is unapologetically themselves. Because let me be very clear about this. There is one man who I flat out despise for his racism, for growing up in apartheid South Africa, and also for practically steamrolling through an entire social media platform to turn it into modern day 4chan. And that is Elon Musk. And you know what he wants to do most of all? Be accepted. He's a weirdo. He's a dork. He jumps like a moron. And to a degree, that could be lovable. But the problem is, he doesn't have a community. He doesn't have people who support him because we see through it. He's the richest man on the planet. They support him because he is the richest man on the planet. He wants to live the way that he wants by doing that stupid X jump over and over again. But it is also proof of what that super hardcore right-wing content could do to somebody. Meanwhile, you're combating it with a freaking baller, with a dude who puts up buckets on your favorite team's favorite team, on your favorite player's favorite player. And he's doing it over and over and over again. Quite an example to be set, because I've also seen, as a father of a daughter, I know the day is going to come where she's going to paint my nails. I don't care. But I do know the people who will care. And that's still troubling to me that they care. And then seeing the hypermasculinity take place in the world of sports just to demonize this kid. He's 20 years old. And you know what else it reminds me of? When that idiot from Barstool called out Caleb Williams for painting his nails. Oh, how terrible. Oh, my God. Real men don't paint their nails. Meanwhile, that dude, Jack Mack, sorry, man, you are not the arbiter of what madness is. That's pathetic. And look at what Caleb's doing. Survived Shane Waldron and has turned around his personal season, not the Bears season, because Matt Eberflus needs to go. But he has shown that he could improve. He has made some ridiculous throws. Still learning, made some ridiculous throws. But they did the same exact thing and ran the same exact playbook with Caleb Williams when he was at a USC basketball game supporting someone that is near and dear to his heart, and the camera caught him with his nails painted. Who cares? Who cares? You know what I actually care about? Policy. But, sports fans, they can't get enough of it. They gravitate towards the hatred. And honestly, in this day and age, eye-opening.